Greetings YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Genie Ali, also known as Astrology, and I will be sharing with you some of my data that I have been collecting since 2017. And by data I mean astrological charts of sports games and their results. And I have a whole big database of charts and charts and charts of sports games of all sports, from basketball to soccer to cricket to volleyball to hockey, you name it, handball, fighting, MMA, boxing, all that. Anyway, today since baseball playoffs are happening, I will share with you my win yesterday of the NLCS, the baseball playoffs for the National League, the Dodgers against the Mets, game 1 of 7. And this was on the 13th October 2024 in LA. All right, so that's now we have the location, and it started exactly at 5:16 p.m. local, not 5:15, but 5:16. And I will show you why that is so significant for any electional chart. So the reason, so I actually observed it. All right, the first pitch was thrown exactly at 5:16, and the reason it's significant is because of Neptune on the first cusp. All right, which affects the favorite. And the favorite team was the Dodgers, of course. Let me just label the favorite. We know the protocol. We should know it by now. I think my first video was on that. So if you don't know how to assign the favorite and underdog, just watch my first YouTube video. It's my first ever between the Royals and Yankees and stuff. But anyway, let's do it quickly here. So the favorite team were the Dodgers, and they got the first house and the 10th. Okay, no, not 4. I'm confusing L's with 4s here. And the underdog Mets get the 4th and 7th. All right, because they are the opposite. Whoa, why am I erasing everything? And because they're the opposite of 1 and 10. All right. And of course, so the first house sign is Pisces, and the 10th is Sagittarius. And the ruling planet for those signs, the favorite team, is Jupiter. So that is the ruler of the first house, the Dodgers. So Jupiter represents the Dodgers. All right, we just label it as, I'm just going to use Lord. I'm used to using Lord now for the rulers. And the Mets, the sign 4 and 7 are Gemini and Virgo. So the ruler is Mercury. All right. So Lord 7. All right. So we have the underdog and the favorite. All right. So, and there's one more thing here that I should mention. The sun. You see the sun right here? This has a role in this game. A very important one. In fact, this is the reason for the outcome. You see, the sun is the dispositor of Fortuna in the sun. What that means is that whatever sign Fortuna is in, this is Fortuna, the pot of fortune, its dispositor, the ruler of that sign that Fortuna is in, becomes its dispositor, right? Dispositor. I mean, I've actually never, I don't understand. I think it's like dispositor. Yeah, that's the word. I used to call it depositor, but it's dispositor. So I think it's an astrological term. But the dispositor of Fortuna is the sun here, all right? And usually it signifies the favored team, all right? So, so now we have the rulers, the signs, and the dispositor, right? So now, as you can see, at 5:16, right at when it started, Neptune was on the first. But at 5:15, all right, as it was broadcasted, Neptune is inside the first house here, right? And Neptune is in for sports, and according to my data, and I will show this to you, in another video. Neptune acts as a malefic when it comes in contact with the cusp or any significant lord or the pot of fortune. Neptune is a malefic, all right? So Neptune being inside the first at 5:15 is bad news for would have been bad news for the Dodgers, but it didn't start at 5:15, right? It started a minute later, which is interesting because then Neptune at 5:16 Neptune sits right on top of the cusp. Now this is also, of course, it's still a malefic. It's negatively affecting the first. Let me just do it in blue. The first house or the favorite team, but Neptune is retrograde nowadays. I'll show you. Neptune is retrograde. The R stands for retrograde, and according to the method, when it's retrograde and it's on top of the cusp, then the aspect isn't as strong as it would have been if it wasn't a retrograde. All right, so this was affecting the favorite negatively, but not strongly. So it's a weak aspect. It became a weak aspect at 5:16. All right, and that's why the Dodgers, they were not affected horribly by it. All right. Retrograde, I'm just going to put a weak aspect. I'm going to have to start doing slides and PowerPoints. I'm realizing this, because I'm kind of new to this YouTube stuff. But anyway, so weak aspect. Now that was one aspect, all right. I'm just going to write it here. I'm sorry. This is Neptune on first retrograde. Okay, now there's the other aspect was the Antiscion, all right, or the Antiscia of the dispositor of Fortuna. And what the Antiscia is, and I think I'll just give you a quick summary of the Antiscia. It's pretty much the shadow of a planet, all right? So the sun, and there's a whole table to calculate the Antiscia or the Antiscion. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I've heard some astrologers say Antiscion and Skia, but I say Antiscion. So I'm sorry if it's horrible pronunciation. But let's just calculate this really fast. So the sun is in Libra, all right, and the sun is a dispositor of Fortuna in this chart. And so what we're looking for is the Antiscion of this dispositor here, and to find that out, we look at this table here. I got this from astroseek.com. The Antiscion of Libra is Pisces, and vice versa. So any planet inside of Libra, its Antiscion would be in Pisces, and you would have to subtract 30 degrees from it to find the Antiscion, right? And for Scorpio, it would be Aquarius, and for Sagittarius it would be Capricorn, etc. And this is because of the solstice in between. And that's creates a shadow for each sign. So that's just a quick rundown of the Antiscion. So when you subtract 30 degrees from 2109, it becomes like 9ish, all right, roughly. It's like 8.51. So I'll just draw like the Antiscion here, right there, and so then the moon applies to the Antiscion of the dispositor of Fortuna, and that's a major aspect for the Dodgers, or the favorite team. All right, and that is why they won, really, because at 516, Neptune, a retrograde Neptune, was affecting the first cusp, but that's a weak aspect, a weak aspect that favors the Mets. And then the moon was in conjunction DOF, or dispositor of Fortuna, and that's why the Mets won, really. They won like 9-0. Was like an easy win. I bet on it right at the start, right when it started at 5:16. I put in the bet and I won. And you can also, so I post some of my bets. It's on, I have a little Instagram. I will post it in the link. I'll be posting more stuff on Instagram. I kind of want to keep it astrological. I don't want to make it into like a betting thing on Instagram, which it has become. Because I was posting my winning bets, and all my followers were like gamblers and bookies, and I actually want astrologers, not gamblers. But anyway, that's really the reason the Dodgers won. There's millions of other charts that I will post. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will slowly start doing better videos with slides and stuff and more organized. Anyway, thank you. Good day.